guys. Tonight we saw Alita Battle Angel starring Rosa Salazar, Christopher Waltz, Jennifer Connelly, Marshall Ali, and I'm going to say I was a little disappointed. What about you?
We saw a movie. That's about as much as I can say. We saw a film. It was more like a cartoon, but we saw a movie. And I can't say I wasn't entertained.
Oh, it's an entertaining movie.
It's a fun very entertaining movie, for the most part. There's some huge drawbacks, but there's some stuff to like. So we can't get all over this one because there is some things to like.
I kind of want to at the same time because it's 50-50. On one part, I like the effects. We saw it in 3D.
Yeah.
3D visuals were great. But some of the acting, and especially the extras that were in the crowd on Motorball, they're horrible. And they're just not good extras.
Those are definitely all things.
I don't know where they got those guys.
I think the best thing to do is start off with telling people what we saw. Without spoilers.
Well, what'd you see, man?
So, I'm coming into this brand new because I didn't follow the manga. I didn't follow
I didn't either.
I didn't follow anything with that. I came in this expecting a story about a girl that finds out she's a weapon, kind of like Neo in the One, which actually was referenced a few times. It does have
a little bit of that in there.
Yeah, it has a little bit of that. And I thought, like I said in my trailer preview with you, that I thought it was going to be like a her versus the corporation kind of thing.
You never get to know the corporation, though.
No. So here's the story. You have Christoph Waltz. His character is basically a scavenger / doctor / cybernetics / cyber hunter / martial arts samurai / heavy weapons expert, I guess you could say, because he uses a huge pike with a
and what was up with that?
Rocket pack.
He uses this thing. I'm going to call it Thor's axe.
Thor's axe.
Because it's like this big.
There's a name.
How do you swing that?
I'm sure the internet knows exactly what I'm talking about and knows the name and is hating us right now because we don't know it. But I just coming from the outside, they didn't really explain anything. He just suddenly had it and was swinging it at people. And
they explain him as a hunter warrior.
Well,
apparently he went and signed up to be a hunter warrior, which goes out and collects bounties. Which I don't even know if that was in the actual manga. I did some research on it when I did my reactions, and I don't think that was even in there. It may have. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below, but I really don't think it was.
It was more like, okay, here's how the story went, though. It's easy to get sidetracked in this movie because there's just a lot of stuff going on, but none of it mattered.
Well, let's talk about the love interest.
Well, hold on. I got to explain the premise of the whole movie first because people don't know what the hell we saw. Okay, so you have this doctor. He's a scavenger hunting around for parts. He comes upon this young girl that's buried in a dump that apparently came from a sky city. And the sky cities used to exist hundreds of years ago. And apparently they were all over the earth. So you had the sky cities above, and you had the poorer, hardworking, industrial people below. And that's how it existed until the fall.
Yeah, when all the cities were destroyed.
Yep.
And they left one city. And I can't remember the name of the city already.
Oh, it's just...
I want to say it's like Zoltar or Zoltan.
Zoltar. It's
something like that.
It was a sky city.
I thought it was supposed to be called Typheres, because in the manga, that's what it actually is called, I think.
I have no idea.
But anyways.
So the goal for everyone in this movie, is to reach the Sky City, because apparently it's a members-only, exclusive, rich people, I guess. We don't see really anyone from the Sky City except for a few that have beads in their head. And that's about it. You don't really learn much about anything. You don't see the Sky City except for far shots away. You don't know what's up there. There might not be anyone up there at all.
It never shows.
Might be just robots and cyborgs.
It never shows any Sky City. They do show a battle on the moon. They never go in explaining what the battle on the moon was with Alita. I would like to have known what that was all about.
Back to the premise. The idea of these Sky Cities was there was apparently a big war between Mars and Earth. So all the other Sky Cities on Earth were wiped out. All of humanity came together in this big pile and live in this slum underneath of the Sky City. And your character finds this young girl, brings her back to life. She tries to discover who she is and basically runs into another group that are like scavengers as well. They introduce her to like this rollerball. Motorball.
Yes. It is the sport down in the
sport for the
trashy
slums. And apparently the grand champion of the sport gets to zap up to the Sky City. And that's the only way you can get up there, according to the legend. So...
Well, first of all, let's talk about, okay, there's something you mentioned right there, Mars.
Yeah.
I never seen anything to do with Mars. Apparently there was a war between Earth and Mars.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it.
I would have liked to have seen what happened.
There was no background. I mean, apparently you had to...
They didn't take a lot of time really setting this up very well.
No.
To let you know what's going on. And it's basically, I think it's thinking that you have already read the manga.
Yeah, I read it,
you know
seen
what
it,
it's
and
about.
apparently know what the hell's going on. And that's the bad part, because they had this beautiful... James Cameron created this beautiful world, yet didn't explain it enough to where you could get into it.
It's like they spent all their time on CGI, which did, to me, it looked good most of the time.
Yeah.
There are times that...
Well, let's talk about the video. The CGI in the video, let's make one thing clear. The 3D is the best 3D I've seen since probably Avatar.
Yeah, it doesn't give you a headache.
It's
felt
amazing.
Real good.
It's so
Comes out at
crisp and clear that you forget you're wearing the glasses, which is huge. Because every 3D movie I've seen the last 5 years, I just sit there and I play with the glasses. I take them off. I just want to throw them away. And it's like...
I'm not that bad. I like 3D movies.
Well, no, I'm talking about the movies themselves that
Yeah.
we've seen have been just garbage 3D. It's 3D, and everyone should know what this is. 3D that shouldn't even exist. Movie-wise. It's like some of these movies just throw it in just to have it for more expensive tickets. Tonight, though, you have to see this in 3D if you're going to go see it.
Definitely best seen in 3D.
It's amazing.
We saw it on the grand screen.
Yeah.
That was nice, and some chairs that lounge us back.
Yep.
Of course, that one was kind of hurting my neck.
Well, yeah, well, they can't be perfect. They, the rest of the it was bright. It was mostly colorful.
It's a very colorful movie.
For being like the end of the world
It's
kind of
daylight.
setup.
It's not a dark movie.
Yeah, it was well shot. I mean, beautiful scenes. They had excellent angles and shots that you were just like, wow, that looks amazing. Overhead shots, like you're looking down at the stadium and the people and the buildings, and you do get a sense that this is a real place.
Yeah, there's one time where the boyfriend kind of steps off and they show a view going down, and it almost made me a little sick because you get to feel the height. You feel the height. I was like,
yeah, they're way up at
so
that point.
The effects, the action. I thought the action was good too.
Yeah,
The fights.
probably the most we can say about the visuals is it was just incredible.
Yeah.
Some of James Cameron's best visuals, and it makes it feel real. Let's talk about her too before we get off on the action. She is almost... Your mind doesn't tell you that she's not real.
Yeah, except for the eyes.
She's 100% CGI.
Yeah, but it's the skin texture. Everything looks
man,
real.
the
It looks like
hair-
they took a person.
They had to,
And just
the
enlarge their
motion
eyes, but they
capture
didn't.
or whatever they used to create this person is incredible. She was so real.
Well, James Cameron, he is the best
Yeah.
at CGI.
I thought
stuff
they
like
did good
this.
with a lot of different Avatar and a bunch of other movies where they used this technology, but she was definitely the height of technology for making a real person out of 3D and CGI. I mean,
Yeah.
they're definitely at the top of their game because it was really, my brain wasn't sitting there telling me the whole time that she's fake.
Yeah, I didn't. Except for like sometimes with her hair,
Like a
it would kind
Tarkin
of
level
blow weird.
Star Wars
But that's even
kinda
with
fake.
games. It seems like no matter how good they get at CGI,
You'll always
they still
have
have a
your brain will
little-
always tell you
they
it's
have
not
a
right.
little trouble with the hair.
Yep.
I think.
That uncanny valley. Yep. So she's great.
good.
The robots aren't. If you're talking about visuals, the robot creatures, the cyborgs that are in the races, and a couple of the ones where it's just the head, like I talked about, where it looks weird, like you have this massive robot with these big arms, but this little tiny human head. Why would you have the regular squishy human head and the rest of you is made out of like the strongest metal and carbon fiber and everything on Earth?
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense to me. I know they had to do it so that you had a human part to the robots, but it just looked weird. I don't know. It didn't translate
See, I
too
didn't.
well.
I was okay with that.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't really bother me.
I
I mean,
Like every time I saw one of their faces, like little tiny little stubby heads on their big robots, I was like,
well,
whoa.
what they're trying to do, they're trying to say, look, here's this big, huge, giant robot man,
Brought my drink.
and here's just this little tiny girl who, okay, and here's something I had a problem with. They say in the movie that she is 300 plus years old.
Yeah.
But she identifies as a teenager.
Apparently her brain
This movie-
was saved and she was kept.
And it's something I felt throughout the entire movie, that this movie is more geared towards younger people,
Oh yeah,
teenagers.
it had a very high element of
It has
young.
rom-com in it.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
had
like the
like a
rom-com
high
with her and the guy.
school love interest, everything going for it. So we got through the action, or the visuals. Action. Tell me what you thought about the action.
No, I thought the fight scenes were good, where she uses the Panzerkunst, and she's just whooping some butt. You know, I thought the first fight scene with the girl with the blades, that got a little cheesy, but overall, I thought all the action and the effects that way were pretty good. I mean, I don't think was there explosions in this movie?
Not really.
You know what, though, I was surprised about? They do show blood in this movie. They show people getting decapitated.
Yeah, they showed people getting cut in half.
Yes.
But it was more like a couple of times it was humans, and it was hard to see what happened right away. It wasn't like focused on. It was like you saw it happen, and then they switched to a different view. But you know they got cut in half. So it's like, you're like, whoa. So it didn't go complete Disney to where, or CW, to where they just have light fake violence and blood splatter. They did
let you
some
know
crazy
people
stuff.
are getting cut in half.
Yeah. The action I thought was done really well. That was another thing I was going to say I really enjoyed. When she went into her fighting, apparently she's this super trained martial arts combat robot cyborg. When she goes into her fighting, it's real fluid, and the CGI is so good. They made it to where it looks real when she moves, and her muscles and her arms and hands. Like, the way she holds herself is spot on. I mean, she could have been MMA or whatever she wanted to be combat-wise. She could just do it. Yeah. And I think it was incredible. I thought... Now, Christoph Waltz fighting seemed a little off.
I felt like he was a little underused.
Yeah, acting-wise, yes. Yeah. He should have been in more of the movie. He should have been a main character.
To me, he was the best actor in the movie.
He was, hands down.
Rosa Salazar, probably second.
Yep.
After that, the acting to me was, like I said, wasn't that good.
I can't recall his name. Who's the black gentleman? The Blade.
Marshala Ali.
Marshala Ali.
Every time I see it, I don't even think Blade. Every time I see him, I think Demolition Man.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Very underused. Before we get to characters, though, we'll finish up action. Anything else in action?
You know, I think I pretty much said
bullets. They have some fighting. They have these. It's not a spoiler. I think that's in the trailer.
There's no like bullets actually.
Well, there's like
except
these mechs.
The mechs.
The law enforcement from the Up, the big sky cities is mechs.
Guns.
And they're the only things that have bullets and guns, which is a little weird.
Which brings to me a point that Mike here just loves.
Oh, God.
Fighting spears.
I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to say it. But yes, another movie, another sci-fi movie where they use bow sticks and spears almost entirely throughout the movie. And I'm like, what the hell is this? When they could be using anything else but these big, cumbersome axes and spears, and just, it's insane.
Yeah.
But I won't go in on that. I've done that already.
I think this movie, and I know it's not part of the manga, but I think it would have been better with a little bit of gunplay. I think that would have been fun.
I think I was expecting something like the Cyberpunk video game, where she would have blades that came out. Or some kind of defenses.
I was expecting, and I don't know if you were expecting this too, when she got the Berserker body.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to do some like Iron Man crap.
Laser weapons, anything. There was nothing. She didn't do anything different. She just fought faster.
She can light a cigarette with her thumb, though.
Yeah, what the hell was that about? She had the super suit that she finds.
Yes.
That's not really a spoiler.
That's attached to her. It like molds to her.
Yes, because you see it in the trailer. She's wearing this suit. She finds the suit. I'm not going to go any farther than that. And I thought it was going to make her like this even more combat effective with lasers and weapons, and nothing changed. She just hit faster. And that was it. I was disappointed with that. I don't know what the manga is and all that, but she should have done more.
Yeah, they were trying to say that basically she could do more.
She could
hit faster,
she could make
run
fire
faster,
with her fingertips.
But yeah,
Anyway.
overall, I was a little disappointed
Sound.
with that. I was wanting more.
My ears were ringing a little bit. It was loud in that theater, and it was powerful music. The music was really good. I was really zoning out with the orchestra music and the background, and it was just really amazing and epic. They did a good job making epic music.
Yeah.
I will say that. It wasn't boring, just music just that passed the time. It was really epic stuff sometimes.
I'm one of those people, I go to movies, I don't even pay attention to music.
Well, I mean, if you were going to say, did it have a good score, soundtrack? Yeah, it had it had a very good soundtrack to it.
You know what I want to bring up?
And they didn't do, you know what they didn't do? Fake pop music or some kind of fake futuristic BS.
That would have just made it more.
It was
teenager.
instrumental, and it was a lot of like synthesized music that seemed futuristic, but it was good. It wasn't crap. So
but there's something I got to bring up because we got to talk about it.
Well, let's go.
The rom-com. The
Yes.
guy, the girl. I knew this was going to be a problem with me to begin with because a CGI character and a real human are falling in love. And I didn't grasp it. To me, it didn't feel real. The guy that plays her love interest, I just didn't like him.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was good. I thought he actually hindered the movie. I would have rather seen somebody else in that part.
He was like the high school buff character you'd find in any CW television show.
Does it bother you that I'm not completely human?
You are the most human person I have ever met.
I didn't mind that part is because it didn't seem forced. He didn't do anything weird or rapey. He seemed normal, and he wasn't the one like coming onto her like hardcore. It was more like they kind of just developed together, which was fine. I like that better when it seems real. But yeah, it was not really. She didn't need him as the love interest. Didn't need him as anything. He really didn't do anything, and that's our biggest point. And this is a spoiler. If you don't want to hear this, skip to this number right here and avoid this. But we're going to spoil something here. The love interest in this movie did nothing. Nothing. I'm angry about it because I already told him, and I'm angry about it because he literally did nothing the entire movie. He was an object that they used as the love interest for her, and all he was for was just to draw emotion from her and the crowd and us.
Yeah.
He did nothing. He didn't advance the plot. He didn't really give you any information that was important.
Well, we're going spoilers. He did do something. He died. And I was happy when he died. I was like, oh,
he died.
He won't be in the sequel. Thank God.
Yeah, I was very happy with that, except they rebuilt him as a robot. So, spoilers off. Which one?
The main villain.
You got Jennifer Connelly.
No, the other.
No, I know, but I'm just listing them. The
warrior guy.
Oh, the big giant monster.
No, the thinner guy who has the sword.
Oh yeah. The one of the bounty hunters. I'll call them bounty hunters. He was good. I liked him the best. Between all the bad guy characters that there are in this movie, because there's like 4 main ones, I guess 5. There's a lot of them. Out of all of the bad guy characters up against her, he was the best.
Yeah, he was definitely the best. Against her,
he's a good actor too. I like him. He seems like an angry, terrifying person. I'm sure he's not in real life, but he comes off that way in the movie.
Yeah, but I thought he was okay. I didn't really feel him that much.
It's the suit. Yeah. It's him being completely CGI except for his face, like right here. That's what's hard. It's hard to get into that when they seem completely artificial. But
I didn't feel like he had I don't know what his reason was. Why did he want to kill her so
Money.
bad? What? Because
But I guess money doesn't matter because they were
He's
just
got a
giving
big
it
ego.
out.
What?
I don't know. See, that's another thing that just didn't make any sense with the whole money thing. And this money and eating and food and living and none of that seemed to matter. Like, because they didn't even talk about it. They didn't go into like how they survive. I mean, none of that stuff came up.
apparently it's survived because this idol guy, he replaces all their limbs. Like, what's up with like every 5 people in the city are missing arms or legs?
Yeah, we can talk about that because it's probably in the trailer. But the city is full of people that seem to be sliced and diced, and I guess that's what they're saying is I can see what they're going for.
What war caused that though?
They're going for, well, yeah, nothing recently, but they're trying to say people want to become more than human. They want to become cyborg now, and they're trying to show them with the mechanical arms, the eye implants, the modifications. They're saying that being human is no longer good enough, and they want to get to a higher level, and that's why I think a lot of people became cybernetic.
Yeah, the higher
Some people are
level,
full on cyborgs.
the higher
so-
level that of course you don't ever see.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I thought they did well with that, though. We're not going to go into any more spoilers. But, needless to say, they're sequeling this.
Oh, they're definitely setting it up for a
Hardcore.
sequel.
It felt like the ending was very underwhelming.
Well, tell me this though. After that ending, after everything happens,
Yeah.
do you want to see the sequel?
I don't know if I'd pay to go see it at the theater, but I would definitely watch it.
I think I would
at the
definitely
house.
pay to see it at the theater.
Yeah, I guess
because
so,
of the
'cause
3D,
the 3D.
and the big screen is what makes this movie
Yeah.
what it was.
Let me put it
But
this way. I'm looking more
I'm-
forward to Avatar, too. than
Yeah,
this.
I'd be a little hesitant, like you say, to pay.
Yeah.
But I think I would probably, go ahead and crack down and just
Yeah,
show
just
out the
do it.
bucks and
Yeah.
check it out and see if they improve anything.
Yeah, I would say to wrap this thing up before it goes too long.
Yeah, it's a cold, crappy night here in St. Louis.
It's been snowing.
Snowing.
It's
We're in the
awful.
car.
Our
it's like
equipment failed.
It's like 19 degrees.
Yes, it has been
So
terrible.
we're
It's
starting
been
to
a terrible
freeze now
day.
because the car is not started.
To go with a final review score, I'd have to say I would give this a solid B+.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I was actually expecting a little lower from you. I'm going to go, man, it's kind of hard, but I'll say C+.
C+.
Yeah.
I don't know. And maybe I'm giving it too much for the visuals, but I'm so into sci-fi and I'm so into 3D and visuals that they did so good that I
did
can
very well.
overlook some of the bad story, the dialogue. Oh my God, the dialogue.
Let's put it this way. In the movie a few times, he was kind of sitting there, and he just looked at me like,
Like, oh Jesus, what are we watching? Yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna revise that. I think.
oh, man, you said B+.
No,
You got to stick with it.
No, this is not a rule we have. We can change our mind because you're right. I did look at you quite often and think, what the is going on? I would have to say, it's really tough. Okay, you're gonna say a C+. I'm gonna say a B- then. I'm gonna stop.
Okay.
I'm gonna go one more step down because I didn't like a lot of the dialogue. I didn't like the cheesy romance, and I didn't like a lot of the way it was paced, and a lot of that too.
To me,
It just didn't feel right. Like it wasn't a whole story. It was like parts of a story that are waiting for more. So you felt like you got cheated a little bit. Like we didn't see a real whole movie.
to me, if I was going to divide it up, I'd say the story is a D,
Oh yeah.
And to me,
Yeah,
the
story and
effects are an
dialogue
A minus.
Yep.
and it all kind of equals out to a C+ for me.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely agree with you on the story and dialogue.
Yeah, dialogue.
Effects A, sound A. I would give all that stuff great high marks. Action was at least a B+ or an A. So I think I'd stick to the B-. So C+, B-. Do you want to talk about any trailers? I saw one that I really
Pet
looking forward
Cemetery.
to.
I know that.
No,
one.
not that piece of shit.
Oh, I'm going to talk about a trailer. It was not one we've seen. Have you seen the trailer for Child's Play?
No, I have not.
Oh, God, dude.
Introducing your new best friend.
People, let me tell you about my best friend.
Horror movie.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then they
Instead of
kind of
a
went
comedy?
goofy. They
Yeah.
went silly.
Yeah.
They just went off the books and the chains with this crap. Well, this one looks like it's going back to its horror roots. There's blood. I mean, I like the first part of the trailer. But then there's a problem. They don't show Chucky.
Oh,
at all.
well, they'll wait till the second
Oh, no,
trailer.
no, it gets worse. If you look at the poster, he looks like he's going to be CGI Chucky.
No, really?
And I'm like, no.
Oh, I thought they were going to use like a real puppet.
Why not use a doll, man?
Yeah, a puppet or a
I
doll
hope they,
or even
really
a human
hope,
character.
I hope they use a doll. I hope he's not CGI. But
Yeah.
if you look at the poster, it looks like CGI. Plus, I'm not sure if he's actually going to be possessed or if he's an AI Chucky. It just goes crazy.
Oh, man. Oh,
But,
God.
I mean, the actual horror part of it looks good.
Actually, I'd actually like that probably more if it was an AI Chucky that goes nuts.
It would be a little more real.
I was thinking about the movie trailer, The You, or Us. I mean, not You. God, I did it again. Us. I thought Us, the new, longer, extended trailer, looked amazing.
Yes, it's very...
It's the music, the
Yes,
tone,
the tone,
video.
everything.
I mean, the dark, hard to see scenes, all kinds of stuff. We're making
Yeah,
it perfect.
I think what it was is you saw it on the
he's
computer.
getting good. He's getting good
Yeah,
at these.
and you saw the big screen version, so you kind of catch on with more was going on.
Yeah.
It looks like a frightening
Looks
movie.
like a good movie. It's spectacular.
Already, we're going to have to check that one out.
Then, of course, they had the animated trailer for that Dolls one that looked kind of dumb.
I think I fell asleep during that
The
one.
kids probably won't even like that one. I mean, it didn't look like a young boys kind of thing. And what was the other one that was the Pet Cemetery, which was just more of the same.
There's actually a new one. That was the old one.
Yeah, that
But
was
the new one, to me, looked better. The new
looked better.
trailer.
Yeah, but they
It looked-
still had
if you look
kids
at the new
playing the drums.
If you look, that wasn't the new one though. That was the first trailer. They came out with trailer number 2.
Yeah.
To me, it looks better. It looks more of Stephen King kind of meets
Esque,
Alfred Hitchcock.
yeah.
But and you got John Lithgow, and he's like, and he does that a lot.
I like the cat.
He's like, oh.
The cat's still my favorite.
Something
That cat was dead.
that brings things back.
Hilarious comedy.
50-50 if it'll be good.
I'm hoping it's a comedy.
It's not going to be a comedy.
Oh, I'm so tired. Let's call it quits.
Yes.
So you got to do the intro. I'll do the outro.
All right, do it.
All right. Okay, so we got to wrap it up. Been a long review, and it's late, and it's freezing cold in this car. So we're going to call it quits. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Larry here and me are going to be working on more projects together, do this more often. We have a new set. We have a new studio.
Which we were working on tonight, but had a few technical
bugs,
problems.
a few wiring issues, things like that. We'll have it sorted out, so you'll get to see the new set, the new green screen, everything we got in place. And then we'll just keep doing this for fun. So
I like doing it.
yeah, it's fun. Anyway, thank you once again. Thanks for watching the Movie Cranks. And if you want anything changed or new ideas, whatever else, please comment, like, and share below. And check out the kids video we just did. We're going to do more of those as well. So more of the same, more different stuff. You never know. Anyway, peace
Next
out.
time, guys. See ya.